Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a few minutes, or maybe even less. All right, here we go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Got a little rest. I got a little rest yesterday after the webinar. I was exhausted on Saturday. Man, I was just dead. All right, folks, make sure you're watching at 1080p. In order to do that, all you got to do is go to your YouTube channel, hit the crank button that says HD right here, and make sure you're at 1080p. And while you're there, please hit the like button one time, just one time. If you hit it twice, it'll take it off. And I'll give myself a thumbs up right there. Why not, right? How's everybody doing this morning? Let's see who we got here. We got Anu Kumar. We got Brian. We got John. We got Jill. Good morning, guys. James, Richard, Robert, C. Fazio, Gregory, Dave, Kirk, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. Good to see you. Sassy Trainer, Wade, Tom, Javad, Mark, Wayne, Larry, Ray, Robert, Devin, Art, Pete, Murray. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Chad, Illinois grain farmer, Chris, Steve, JB, Genevieve, Randall, Peanuts, Jesse, Richard. Good morning, Richard. Happy Monday. What did you do this weekend? I hope you got some rest. Kevin, Steve, and thank you for being here on the phone yesterday. I do appreciate you. Steven, Mike, just Jen, Krish, Rick. Hey, Rick. Charlie, Clyde, Arnolfo, Eduardo, Sergey's here, Henry, Ivano, JB. We got it's a lot of people here. Scotty, Steven, Kevin, Junior. Junior's here. Stacy, Randall, C. Fazio. It's not a Bitcoin shirt, but I guess it is a salmon color shirt, but it looks orange on the camera, I guess. Thank you, though, C. Fazio. Edward, Kevin, Gregory, Lawrence, Christian, George, David, Keyhawk fan, Timothy. We got Stan, Edgar, Wesley, James, Bob. Hey, Bob. Happy weekend to you. I hope things are turning around at home and getting better. Send me an update when you have a moment. John, how are you? Thank you for that toaster. That cat toaster was priceless. CJ Raj Moondog. He's back from the gym and he's not in the hospital. That's what we want to hear. We got Mike. We got Jody. We got Ralph. Bill. Yeah, 220 people. Cam, good morning, Cam. Jay Blazer's in the house. Don't forget, folks, Customer Service Live, great place to be. Here's a link for Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. I think T-Buzz is going to be on this week, or maybe not. Maybe I'm confused. Why don't you tell us your agenda, Cam? And Gustavo, if I didn't say good morning to you as well. Here is the link for my VIP room today. And I didn't finish what I wanted to finish on Friday. I only was able to do about half of the session on Friday. So what I'm going to be doing today is how swing trading analysis can help you find the right levels for your day trades, how to select the right options for day trading, how to use candlesticks to determine support and resistance for day trading, plus fastest moving stocks in the afternoon, and daily and intraday support and resistance levels for major indices as we get into the news and all of that stuff. Hey, Gustavo, good to see you today. Great. T-Buzz was on Friday. Okay, that last week was T-Buzz. Got it. I confuse sometimes. Weeks and days run into each other. I'm actually having dinner with T-Buzz tonight and his class at 5:30. Hey, William, Cheese Grater Trader, Rick, Bob, Becky. Hey, Becky, on the way to the gym. Oh, my. Gustavo, Kevin, good to see everybody. John, Carlos, happy birthday to Kevin. And good day, Carlos. All right, let's begin. And if I'm missing somebody, I apologize. I'm not doing it on purpose. I just want to get started. Good morning and greetings to everybody. Before we begin, I'm going to give you something. I'm going to share something with you. This is the earnings sheet for the week. This will tell you all the big cap stocks that are coming out, and this will tell you all the implied volatility. This is the expected movement. This percentage number, that's the expected movement. And you guys could see there's a lot of stuff. JP Morgan, Citibank, Wells Fargo tomorrow, going to have a lot of volatility. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, Johnson Johnson, Bank of America, a chip stock, ASML on Wednesday. Thursday, another chip stock, Netflix on Thursday, GE on Thursday, Pepsi, and then American Express. We've got a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Number two, I'm going to give you three small cap stocks that I'm looking at right now. Okay, there's three. The first stock, and none of them are ready for firepower yet, and they may not be ready for firepower. The first one is YHC. The stock has to go above $5.40 in order for us to engage during the session. The next stock is OP. This stock has to go above 390, not 380, something 390 for us to engage. Has to go all the way back up here. Okay. And this is a small cap, but it's not cheap. SONN. And this stock has to go above 3065. Actually, I have it at 3075. Okay. If these stocks don't go above these levels, there's nothing to do. Okay. So we want to see momentum coming back into these stocks after the morning. Okay. That's my morning stocks. All right. Does anybody know what the catalysts are for the session before we continue? Does anybody know what the catalysts are? Fast is not a market moving stock. It's not a catalyst. It's not a market moving stock. It doesn't interfere with others. Okay. Does anybody know what the catalysts? Oh, I got hiccups for today are. A firm is not a catalyst. All right, I said catalyst for today. I didn't say for this week. For today. Jay Blazer, you're a little bit ahead of the curb. Not for today, for the week. I'll talk about the catalyst for the week. For today. Yes, tariff threat. Yes. What else? What else? That's not a tariff, Sylvain. Although he has no power to, Trump seems to think he can just do stuff. He can. There's a thing called Constitution. All right, let's just now go back into it. Okay, crypto stocks are definitely in. How about we just focus on today? I know you're just messing around. I'm just playing around too. A catalyst for today: Trump's tariffs. No, CPI doesn't happen today, guys. I don't know if you got your days wrong, but can we focus on catalyst for today? Can we focus on catalyst for today? Thanks, William, but it doesn't have higher than average volume, so I'm not looking at it. I'm only looking at stocks in the morning that are volume buzzing. It doesn't seem to be buzzing. Okay, let's continue. So, what's the catalyst for today? Folks, I know it's Monday. I know you're all very excited. I know you want to help, but can you just tell me what the catalyst for today is? We don't have CPI today, so the CPI cannot be a catalyst for today. We don't have PPI today. That can't be a catalyst for today. I'm just looking for a catalyst for today. I'm trying to get past the next 8 hours. Okay? Does anybody have a catalyst for today? Tariffs. So far, we have tariffs and crypto. Anything else? Yes, Powell resigning rumor, which the White House started actually, which is kind of funny. CrowdStrike is not a catalyst. We've already talked about it. Boeing, yes. Boeing. All right. I think Cheryl's onto something. She got the tariffs, she got Boeing, she got crypto, and she got Powell. The only one you messed up on, Cheryl, is CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is not a large cap stock. I mean, it's not a huge stock. It's not a mega cap. It's just an internet security company. It's not that big of a catalyst. And I've mentioned that last week, by the way. 。 Let's take a look at it real quick. There. Yeah, it doesn't look bad, William. It doesn't look bad. Only if it goes above, it's got to go above pre-market high. That's what it's got to do. It's got to go above the pre-market high. And I don't know what the pre-market high is going to be. It's still moving. But yeah, it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. Volume's looking good on it. Good, 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 good. It doesn't look bad at all. Doesn't look bad at all. Funny, it's not on my list. Oh, interesting. All right, let's move on. But yeah, it doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. Remember, we wanted to trade above the pre-market high. Usually, I like stocks that cool off, and then I don't like stocks that keep making highs intraday because usually they peak out when the market opens. Whereas stocks that start moving down a little bit intraday, they go above the high sometimes, like we saw last week. Carlos says 10-year Treasury yield. That's more of a I don't know if that's a catalyst. Possibly, possibly. Let's look at the 10-year. Um, I don't know if this is a catalyst. It's definitely a technical factor. I don't know if it's a catalyst. I think more of a Friday was a catalyst. I don't think it's a catalyst this morning. We're not down a full basis point. But the way I have it here is trade war, Powell, Boeing, and crypto. That's what I've got right there. Okay. So you guys, and you don't have to mention all the different crypto stocks. You just have to mention crypto. Okay. All right. Those are the catalysts. Now let's talk about everything. All right. What's the market doing right now? This is a little bit, honestly, this is random here. I know it's a lot, but this is not a lot. This is only about 140 points on the Dow. I would say we're at the threshold of randomness right now. We went a little crazy overnight, but right now this is more of a random trading action, especially when you consider the price action. Russia Ukraine announcement. What was the announcement on Russia and Ukraine? I didn't hear any announcement. Okay. Didn't hear it. As far as news this week, not today, not catalyst for today. There's no federal catalyst for today. Okay. Tomorrow we have CPI and a bunch of Fed speakers. Wednesday, we have industrial production. We have PPI, status report, beige book, very important, and some Fed speakers. Thursday, we've got jobless claims, which would probably be a nothing burger, retail sales, manufacturing, and Philadelphia manufacturing. Import, export, business inventories, market index is not really a huge catalyst. We do have bond auction, 20-year bond announcement. And Friday, we have housing starts and consumer sentiment, both important reports. I already told you the earnings this week. We get starting with bank stocks, but we do have other stocks in that range. And I've already posted this for you. In case you haven't gotten it yet, here's a link. Enjoy it. It's right there. Okay. Yeah, but right now we're not seeing the Dow up and down 300. So not a lot going on right now. Sending more arms is not a catalyst to Russia, to Ukraine. Bitcoin. Remember what I told you that when we were down here and I made you buy coin last week, I gave it to you guys as a bonus trade. I think most of you guys made money on it. You're welcome. Um, it's still going up. I wouldn't be buying it right now. I would be waiting for a pullback. This is way too much too fast. This is way too much too fast. So I would be looking to take profit. Okay. I wouldn't be looking to be buying Bitcoin at these levels, but I like what I'm seeing here. But notice what happened when we broke out of this range. It had a nice big fat breakout on volume. I like this, but this is a little too much too fast. Double gap, too much too fast. Just my opinion. Now I wouldn't be fading it right now, but it's too much too fast. US dollar. US dollar looks like it wants to back away here. Also look at volume on the US dollar. As we went down, volume was high. As we went up, volume is really low. I think we're going to turn back down on the US dollar within the next day or two. Oh, thank you, Just Jen. I appreciate that. I don't know who's talking, who's answering. It's a mixed bag of nuts. So, and again, let me give you my analysis. Let me give you my here. CTAs. In the VIP room today, folks, here's the link for the VIP room. I'm going to go wild and crazy again. I'm going to be talking about the relationship between swing trading positions, day trading. I'm talking about how to pick bottoms and tops. I'm going to be talking about uh, how to use candlesticks to determine support and resistance, how to use the right option. We'll be talking about that as well. Yep, seeing Haas has been on the news all week. If Powell is sacked or if he quits, Hassett's the he's number one to take over his job, which would mean my ex-partner would now be not the senior financial economist of President Trump's administration, but the head of the Fed. That's a pretty good that's pretty good pretty good resume, right? Who did you trade with? Oh, the head of, no one special, just the head of the Fed. That would be cute. All right. So I'm not really loving this. I'm not digging this price action right here. I'm not digging this price action right here. Gold is starting to come up. Would I be buying gold around here? No. As I mentioned to you before, I would start looking at gold when we're above 3,400, and I would be buying gold when we're above 34, 38. I want to see us go back into this channel. Do I think we're going to go back into this channel? I do believe we're going to go in there. I do. Just not yet. But we need to break this 3,400 level first. Yeah, he was on the news every day over the weekend. He was actually giving, it was funny how he was giving comments, his opinion on what should happen with Powell. It's like, yeah, you have no vested interest, buddy. It's like, keep your mouth shut. You shouldn't be talking about this. You know, you're the guy that's going to get his job if he gets fired. Stay out of it. But he couldn't help himself. Look, he's been waiting for this for 25 years, you know. Crude oil. Crude oil is going up a little bit. I would be cautious. There's really no catalyst for crude oil to go higher right now. Although keep your eye on the 70 level. If we break 70, we can have a little run up here. We are breaking out. I'm not going to let my personal opinion impact price action. Price action looks like it wants to go higher, therefore it wants to go higher. I personally don't think we have enough juice to break above 70. But if the US dollar cools off, we may see energy prices higher and gold higher as well. Okay. I'm not sure I would claim Hassett. Yeah, whatever. I'm not sure I would claim Hassett either, Ralph. FXI, China, not really doing much, still in this range. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Right here, not really doing much. Bond market looks like it wants to cool off. The next level on the bond market we're going to be watching is 85. We're right now at 85.37. If we break this 85 level, there's 85 right there, 85 level. The odds are we're going to come out of this range and we're going to make a new low. As you could see here, this did not really convince anybody that we're going higher. And you could see right here, the 100-day and this VWAP did a tremendous job of holding resistance. Okay. So the fact is, very, very clearly, is if we can't break this, price goes where path of least resistance. This is resistance right here, path of least resistance. We come down. The next resistance is at 85. If we break 85, the odds are we're going to make a new low. If we make a new low, it's going to impact the market. Also, this doesn't bode well for the Fed lowering rates in September. The odds of the Fed lowering rates in September went from 90% to about 60% over the weekend. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Okay. The September rate drop went from 90% to about 60% in the last few days. Okay. All right. We talked about crude oil. We talked about gold. We talked about US dollar. We talked about Bitcoin. We talked about the bond market. Let's put it all together now. This is where our catalysts come back in. President Trump escalated his trade war. Again, I've checked out completely on this trade war. I don't even know where we stand. I know that they're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And 30%, if they don't impose 30%, if they respond, they said they were going to prepare retaliation to defend their interests. So they're just going back and forth. This is public negotiation. Again, I don't know what the purpose of this public negotiation. They could have all done this privately and nobody would know about it and it wouldn't impact the market and it wouldn't cause all this crap. But our president likes to do things publicly. Kevin Hassett said on Sunday that Trump has seen some trade deal offers and believes they need to be improved. This is the same guy that said that folks can't wait to do trade deals with us not 3 months ago, adding that without that, he would move forward with the proposed tariffs on Mexico. These tariffs are real. If president doesn't get a deal, he thinks it's good enough. But, basically what Hassett is saying is we're still in negotiation. That's all he's saying. We're still negotiating. If Trump likes to negotiate this way, that's fine. It's not doing the world any favors, but what do I know, right? These are just negotiations, folks. They're just public negotiations. That's all it is, okay? Adding to the negative sentiment, Trump and his allies intensified their criticism of Jerome Powell. I think Trump is being really unfair because he hired Powell. He's creating uncertainty with tariffs, but he wants Powell to lower rates to accommodate him. But Powell can't lower rates because we don't have certainty with tariffs. So, in my opinion, Trump is blaming Powell for something that he's creating, not something that Powell's creating. And I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me, which I couldn't care less about, but that's what's really happening. Powell just keeps saying, look, give me the numbers, I'll plug them in, and then we can decide what we're going to do. He keeps going back and forth and blaming Powell for not lowering rates. Powell can't lower rates because the economy is in the shitter, and we don't know what the tariffs are going to be. So it's not really Powell's fault. As much as I would love to, I don't like Powell. As much as I would love to blame Powell, how can you blame him for just explaining, I don't have the numbers. Give me the numbers. You give me the numbers and I'll decide, I'll plug them in and I'll decide what we're going to do. If you can't give me the numbers, how can I project the economy? It's like trying to project your budget when your husband comes home and says, I'm not going to give you the budget. The wife says, okay, well, then I won't know what to spend next week. It's just that simple. I don't understand why people don't understand it, but it's that simple, okay? It really is that simple, okay? Mr. President, God bless you. Please finish doing the tariffs and I'll do my job. I can't do my job till you do your job. But for some reason, our president doesn't seem to want to understand that. But here we are, okay? So he's not really doing, and I don't know about this. I don't know anything about this costly renovation, and I don't know what this costly renovation has anything to do with lowering rates. But Trump is clearly putting his nominee under the bus, which he's probably going to end up doing with Hassett as well. But that's just how we are. All right, let's just continue. Got to blame someone, right, Rice? Right. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. I mean, he keeps saying, please give us the numbers and we'll give you the projections. Other Feds are saying the same thing. We can't ascertain how the economy will work till we know what the tariffs will be. I don't know why it's so hard for people to understand that. Well, it's just, I mean, folks, this is just real basic, like first grade math. How can I do my budget until you give me the numbers? Give me the numbers, I'll do my budget. I can't do the budget without the numbers. Right? You got to plug something into those dot plot summaries. How the hell can the Fed do that without someone giving them the numbers? So we need to have this thing finished with. Okay. One thing is certain: U.S. government ran an income surplus. What does that have to do with what I'm talking about right now, Miles? Let's stick to the topic. Okay. Let's stick to the topic. So the point is, firing Powell will not solve the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to move on, Flyboy. I'll move on when I feel like moving on. Thomas, I'll move on when I feel like moving on. Please don't produce my show. I'll move on when I feel like moving on. All right. The market is now looking lower due to President Trump's more hawkish stance on tariffs. Yeah, we know that already. The bank stocks are big this week, but we also have Netflix, Pepsi, ABT, Johnson & Johnson, and Triple M. We're now looking at the smallest increase quarterly earnings compared to the previous year, marking the smallest rise in 2 years. Now, folks, if these earnings don't do well, what do you think the market's going to do? What do you think the market's going to do? They're looking for the smallest increase in 2 years, quarterly earnings in 2 years. That's really bad. Those forward-looking statements better be looking great, right? They better be looking amazing. On the economic front, we've got consumer inflation data. That's going to be the biggest report this week. Right. We also have U.S. retail sales. We have industrial production. We have manufacturing. We have a lot of Fed data this week, but none of it happens today. We also have a bunch of Fed speakers. And by the way, the Fed speakers have been echoing exactly the same thing. We can't make a determination until we know what the tariffs will be. Fed will release its beige book this week. Very, very important. Very, very important. U.S. futures are pricing in a 93% chance of no rate hike. And now, I don't know if you guys saw this. They were expecting a really good chance of it happening in September. That has now moved away. Okay. They were expecting over a 90% chance that Fed is going to lower rates in September. Now it's about 60%. Okay. Now it's about 60%. Did you guys see that data over the weekend? If you want, I'll post it in the Telegram channel. This is not according to me. This is according to the bond market. Europe is not giving us any tailwind. They're down half a basis point. Not a lot, just half a basis point. Okay, not a lot, just half a basis point. China closed a little higher today. Here you could see what China did. They're not really doing very much. Okay, but they're not looking bad, right? They're not looking bad. Energy and bank stocks outperformed. At the same time, property stocks slumped. But again, China's not giving us any tailwind. What about Japan? Closed lower today as worries over upcoming domestic election, lingering uncertainty surrounding trade talks with the U.S. dampened sentiment. Technology and electronic stocks declined. Not looking all that great. So we're not getting any tailwind from global economy. And remember, folks, it's Monday, and we have a major Fed data tomorrow. I'm not seeing today as a huge day. What do I always tell you guys? That's what I just said. Yeah, that's what I just said, Ralph, from 90% to 64. Thank you. This is not according to me. This is according to the bond market. I'm just telling you what the bond market's telling us right now. I do believe we're going to lower rates in September as long as we have finality with tariffs. I'm just assuming by September, Trump will have it all figured out, right? I mean, he was telling us how it's almost a done deal. Everything is done. So all of you who are thinking it's going to, that Trump is almost done, you've got nothing to worry about. It'll be done by September. If Trump doesn't do what he says, then it won't be done by September. Again, I'm not the bond market. I'm not God. I'm not Trump. I don't know. I'm just letting you know how the balls bounce. All right. And the TLT right now is not liking anything. We dropped 1.5 basis points in the last 2 sessions. That's not good at all. While I have you here, don't forget VIP room today. VIP room today, I'll be talking about day trading. I'll be talking about swing trading analysis that can help you find the right levels for day trading, something a lot of folks miss. Selecting the right option for day trading, how to use candlesticks to determine support and resistance for day trading. I'll give you my fastest moving stocks, and I'll give you my support and resistance levels. All of that will happen. VIP customer service live from 10 to 1 p.m. If you guys behave yourself, Gustavo may show up there, which would be really good. All right, let's now continue. So let's continue with this. Japan closed lower. We're not getting tailwind from any place in the world, but I can't really say the market's falling apart. Boeing is definitely a catalyst today. This should impact basic industrial stocks that are related to building airplanes, maybe even airline stocks, possibly. I don't know, but this is definitely a catalyst. No question, this is a catalyst. This is a Dow type of stock. Cryptos, folks, when we see a catalyst, the point, I want to explain something to you. The point of having a catalyst is that it will rise all the stocks in that sector. If it's just like, for example, Why is CrowdStrike not a catalyst? Because CrowdStrike is probably not going to impact many stocks by this news. Whereas Boeing is going to impact, you're looking for something that's going to have a major impact on other stocks. Okay. So when I say crypto is a catalyst, I'm just trying to help you guys out when you do this for me every day, when you help me do this, where you help me help you do this. Okay. You don't have to mention every crypto stock. All you have to do is mention crypto. The point of being a catalyst implies that it's going to create a ripple on all the other crypto stocks. So if you have a catalyst on, say, Intel or Nvidia, you don't have to mention five or six other chip stocks. That's what a catalyst means, that it's going to impact Mara, Coin, and Monster, that Boeing is going to impact maybe Caterpillar and other stocks that do engines for Boeing and things like that. You guys get what I'm saying. So the catalyst implies impacting related stocks. Hence, you don't have to mention the related stocks. Okay. Just want to make sure, because I've seen a couple of people do that. If it's a catalyst, it will by definition impact other stocks. Okay. All right, let's try to get to 300. Let's try to get to 300 thumbs up today. All right, I already gave myself a thumbs up. If you guys are benefiting from this, how about a thumbs up? What would you go by market cap to know if the stock would be a catalyst? Yes. Yes, I want the stock to be in the S&P 500, and I want the stock to be a major market player. Like Boeing is a major market player. CrowdStrike is almost a major market player, but it's not a major market player. Okay. Look, off a DS, with time, with experience, you get pretty good at determining what the catalysts are. It takes a little time. That's why I do this every single day. It takes time. Most of you are much better than you were a couple of weeks ago. The only thing you need to worry about is some of you are still telling me the catalyst that's already happened or that's going to happen. I want the catalyst that's the market is trying to appraise right now, not tomorrow, not something that's already been priced in. I want something that's going to be in the next 8 hours, that's going to impact the market. And number two, that's one of the things. And then number two is what I just said a minute ago. Some of you give me more stocks than I need. A catalyst means it's going to blow up the whole sector. So if it's not good, is CrowdStrike going to blow up the whole? Is CrowdStrike going to have major impact on mega caps today, on Microsoft, on Net? No. So what is it going to? Network security? Maybe a couple of security stocks, but those are not major cap stocks. Is it going to impact? Like Adobe is a big one. Adobe is a major software stock. CrowdStrike, I don't know about that. Maybe. I mean, if you include it, it's not going to kill you. Just say, okay, I'll keep an eye on internet security today. But as far as this impacting mega caps, I doubt it. You guys will get better at it. You show again how to check if the market cap. Sure. Okay, let me show you. It's a good question, and I'm doing pretty good on time right now. So let's see, CrowdStrike. Let's look it up. CrowdStrike. Let's just do some research, okay? Okay, here's CrowdStrike. Okay. It's an infotech sector, okay? Prepackaged software, infotech. It's in the NASDAQ 100. Is it in the S&P 500? Yes. Okay, fair enough. Infotech. Let's look at infotech. This is infotech. Hold on. Let's look at XLC, infotech, right? Or sorry, hold on. XLK. Infotech. Let's see. Constituents. Okay, let's find CrowdStrike here. Okay, here's CrowdStrike. It has 1.19% of this sector. Is it right here anywhere? Or is it a really commoditized stock? Ask yourself, is it in the top 10 of the sectors? So you just pull up the sector right here and you pull up constituents and you could see what market cap. So It's in the middle of the stock is basically, is it an Nvidia? Is it Microsoft? Is it Palantir? Is it IBM? Is it AMD? Is it Intuit? No, it's all the way down here. It's 1.19%. Is it a chip stock? No, no. It's a network stock. Is ANAT going to impact the market? Is CDNS going to impact the market? No, it's just a regular stock. Can I look at Boeing? Yes. Okay. Where's Boeing? Okay. Let's look at Boeing. Remember, Boeing is a major airline manufacturer. It's a commoditized stock. Okay. It's industrial. It's an industrial sector. Let's look at industrial sector. Okay. So again, it's either has to be commoditized or it has to be large market cap constituents. Oh, imagine that. Folks, I've been doing this a very long time. I can back into anything I say. I'm not doing this for shits and giggles. Now, is this a major stock right here? United Rentals, Quanta, Norfolk. What did it have? It has as much impact as Fastenal, which has earnings today. Am I even talking about Fastenal? Capiche? That's how you guys can figure it out yourself. So, is the stock somewhere up here on the major indexes? No. Is it a commoditized stock? When you think about that stock, do you think about 10 companies for example, Dollar Tree? Oh, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Albertsons, all the supermarkets. You see what I'm saying? Is it a commoditized stock or is it on the upper 10, 15 of this? That's all I'm doing. I'm not like making this up. I'm not saying this will come after 10 years of experience. No, all you need to do is know how to find it. So it has to be very commoditized or it has to be on the top. Otherwise, it ain't a catalyst. Like cryptos are cryptos. It's a commodity. Semiconductors, it's a commodity. Supermarkets, it's a commodity. Consumer staples, it's a commodity. Internet security, you guys understand what I'm saying here? Okay, good. All right, let's move to the stock market. Volatility. Volatility is now rising from 15 to 17. The threshold is 18, and then right here, the 200-day moving average. If we break the 200-day moving average, we're not doing well. Okay? We're not doing well. And we'll probably be at the 8-day EMA at the 15-day EMA if that happens. So I don't like this, but we're coming off the lows, and I'd really love to see it above 20 for something to happen. But I don't know if it's going to happen this turn or not. Maybe later in the week because of earnings, but we need to see earnings. There's too much unforeseeability. Trump with his tariffs. We all know how that we can all anticipate what Trump is going to do. Not right. Nobody can anticipate what he's going to do. Nobody knows if Powell's going to leave. We don't know if CPI and PPI is going to be good. We don't know if the earnings are going to be good. There's like 5 or 6 major things this week that could set the tone. So are we going to be very, very very flexible? Are we going to be very fluid? Are we going to try to no, it's going up. It's going up. I tell you, it's going up. No, we're not going to play that game. We're going to play it by year because there's just too many things going on. And I hope to God this is helping you guys. If this is helping you, how about a thumbs up? We have over 626 people here. Now we're getting over 600 in the dead of summer, which means in the fall, we're going to get close to 800 people here. Remember when we can barely get past 600? Now we're getting 600 within half an hour. It's all because of you guys. All because of you guys. All right. How are sectors looking? Let's look at sectors. I'm assuming this is helping you guys. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here every day watching me in my orange shirt. Hey, Peanuts. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So how do we have directional bias? Remember, let me go to 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, and let me go back another week. Remember the good old days 2 weeks ago? Semiconductors, technology, Bitcoin, QQQ, financial, communication, Russell 2000. The only things out of place were consumer discretionary. Now let's look at it today. That was 10 days ago. Now you have Bitcoin, you have energy, you have semiconductors, and you have utilities. No. Utilities? Basic materials? Healthcare? QQQ's down here. Technology's down here. We're now, it's not even in the top area. Communication services is down here. So you have QQQ technology and communications in the second part of this. That's fragmentation. Yes, many of you even show up on Sunday. Thank you, Richard. I do appreciate that. You are the best from the rest. Tell my staff that. Just messing around. All right. So you guys see we have a lot of fragmentation here. We have a lot of fragmentation. Hell, let me show you something. Even a week ago, we had no, a week ago, it looked about the same, but we had consumer discretionary here and we had retail here. Retail and consumer discretionary are very interest rate sensitive, and so is Russell and midcap. But then you had the Dow here, but now it's completely, I mean, look, Bitcoin and energy. Let me show you. You do realize that energy and Bitcoin trade opposite of each other, right? Oh, congrats, Peanuts. Let me know how you do. Let me know how you do, okay? Hey, Rodney. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You guys are great. So just so you know, when energy goes up, it's very bad for Bitcoin because it costs more to mine the Bitcoin. You guys understand that the biggest cost in Bitcoin production is energy prices, right? So it's very hard for Bitcoin and energy to both stay up here. It's virtually impossible. It's like Trump talking about tariffing China 50% and chip stocks continuing going up. It's just not going to, that's just a metaphor. It's not going to happen, right? Same thing. You can't have energy and Bitcoin next to each other. It's like, it's sacrilege, right? It's like having consumer staples and chips next to each other. How does that work? Why do you think utilities are on the top? Utilities are not on the top. They're in the upper end. Defensive. They're defensive. This is kind of what I was saying, Stacy. Defensive stocks are starting to come up. Energy is defensive. Utilities are defensive, but Bitcoin is not. So we're definitely seeing something going on right now. It's not going to end this way. What I'm trying to say is that all right, let me explain, Stacy. When you have very clear path, when you have 200 stocks, 300 stocks making 90-day highs, these become very clear. You'll have semiconductor here like this. Look, let me go 2 weeks ago. Semiconductor technology, Bitcoin, QQQ, utilities will be down here. Healthcare will be down here. Consumer staple. This is speculative stocks are here. Defensive stocks are here. Right now, when you have this, you don't have a clear path. When you don't have a clear path, these get out of whack. The reason I'm looking for this is to answer the reason I'm doing this is to answer the following question. Are we going to have directional clarity or not? When you have all the sectors aligned, it's very easy to have directional clarity. Why? Well, think about this. If semiconductor is up, if communication is up, if tech is up, all the technology stocks are being bought. You're not going to have a lot of this crap happening in the market. But let's say you have energies rising and utilities are rising at the same time. Well, are we going to put our money in utilities? Are we going to put our money in energies? Are we going to put our money in? You see how it creates consolidation. Uncertainty creates consolidation. Ambiguity in the market creates consolidation. We have consolidation right now. These sectors are not firing on all four. They're not aligned with each other. And when you don't have alignment one way or the other, what you see is fragmentation or very choppy market. Uncertainty, yes. 80% of price Bitcoin above the energy needed to mine it. That's why I'm saying that it's usually when Bitcoin is up here, energy is somewhere down here. Energy gets cheaper, Bitcoin gets more expensive. But energy going up and Bitcoin up, that's just telling you how much fragmented this market is. Or how about putting Bitcoin, semiconductors next to utilities? Semiconductors are the most speculative sector and utilities is the most defensive. So this is fragmented right now. We don't have clear flight. What does that mean? That means one chip stock will go up, another Microsoft goes down, Intel goes sideways, and you have this. It means you don't have directional bias. Also, it's Monday. We have major Fed data. We have major earnings tomorrow. Do you think, and we have a lot of uncertainty around Powell resigning, quote unquote, being fired. I have no insight into that. And if I did, I wouldn't say anything. Um, but my point is, we have a lot of question marks right now. We have a lot more question marks than we have answers right now. Why would Tesla be a catalyst today? And I would like Tesla to be a catalyst today. I have a bull put spread on Tesla, Dave, that expires this Friday, but in weekly cash flow. But what makes you think Tesla is a catalyst? Maybe you know something that I don't. Tell me, please. Why is Tesla a catalyst today? Let me know, please. And folks, how about some thumbs up? All right. All right. So now, okay, do we have a lot of stocks making strong directional moves? I want to show you guys something cool. On Friday, now is the next piece of the puzzle going to confirm what I just said to you or not? That's the key. Remember, we're watching a movie. Just because it's up 1% doesn't mean anything. There has to be something behind it. But the fact that it's up 1% is good for our spread. Thank you, David. I'll bring it up in a minute when I'm going through stocks and I'll take a look at it, okay? I'd like to look at it myself. So I want to show you guys something. We have 132 stocks coming into today making 20-day highs. Do you want to see what the number was coming into Friday? 466. Look at this number. I'm making this bigger so you could see. You see 466? That's Thursday night, Friday morning. This is where it was Friday morning, okay? Look at where it is right now. By the way, my internet is working perfectly. My plug, inside the computer, the plug must have gotten off. I connected a adapter, a USB, basically Ethernet to USB to Ethernet. By the time I went from down there plugging it in to up here, it was already working. It was instant connection like this. So my computer's working fine. Thank you for all the feedback. Just basically, I needed a USB Ethernet and I got a backup. So we only have 132 stocks making 20-day highs. That's a 1-month high. On Friday, we had 466 stocks making 1-month high. That confirms, this now confirms what I'm telling you right here, that we have fragmentation, that we don't have clarity, right? We don't have that many stocks. When you have 400 stocks making a 1-month high versus 100 and something, that makes a big difference. Wouldn't you agree? We don't have that much strength right now. Look, 132 versus 466. On the other hand, look at 20-day breakdowns. 71 on Friday, and coming into today, 111. Okay? So more. Now, what about 90-day highs? What about 52-week highs? No directional bias. Less than 100. What about 52-week lows? Less than 100. What about 20-week highs? Less than 100. How about 50-day highs? Less than 100. How about 90-day highs? Barely 100. Do we have a lot of directional bias right now? No. Do you understand why this is fragmented or what fragmentation causes? It causes less stocks to rally. We don't have a lot of stocks moving directionally right now. We don't have a lot of stocks moving directionally right now. What does that mean? Well, let's kind of paint the picture. We have a lot of uncertainty, We got a lot of news this week. We have a lot of stuff from Trump and Powell. And again, I'm not trying to be political. I'm just explaining to you all the stuff that's on the table. We got a lot of stuff from, Trump. We don't know what's going to happen with Powell. We don't know what bank stocks are going to report. They're expecting the worst quarter in 2 years. The worst quarter in 2 years while the market's at an all-time high. If that doesn't sound dangerous to you, I don't know what does. Okay? We don't have the strong bias from any stocks. We have less than 100 stocks making yearly high. You guys, what does that have to do with anything, Ringo? And anyway, so you guys could see we don't have clarity. Now, here's the interesting part. As I am continuing my story, as we are going through all of these scenes in the movie that we're building, are you noticing how everything is aligning with one another? Let me back up for a second. I only have a few minutes left, but let me back up for a second. We came in this morning. It was a Monday. Okay, Roger, what happens on Monday usually? Mondays are usually a consolidation day. Okay, check mark for nothing happening. Okay, let's continue. Do we have a lot of news this week to digest? Hell yeah. A lot of Fed data, renewed trade tension, stuff with Powell and the Fed, interest rates now, bond market going down. We got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, that confirms that we may be kind of drifting a little bit. Are commodities really running away? Well, they're starting to move. When commodities start moving, that's not good for the stock market either. Okay, that's number three. Okay. What about volatility? Is volatility moving higher? Well, it went up 6% on Friday and it went up 6% this morning. That's 12% in the last two sessions. Okay. That's continuous. That continues. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? All right. What about technicals? Yes. We have complete fumbling. All right. Do we have less than 100 stocks breaking out? Yes. Do we have non-stock assets making moves like coin this morning, energy this morning? Look, crude oil is higher, gold is higher, breaking out of the high, and cryptos are higher. Those are non-stock assets. So do you see how every part of my story, the movie continues? Basically, I'm watching a thriller and it's not turning into a love story. It's turning into a thriller. It's consistent. My story is consistent throughout the beginning, from the beginning of this analysis till the end. It's been completely consistent. Our story is moving along. We're not seeing any pages that we're going like, what the hell is this? We were reading a comedy. Now we're watching a porn. How the hell did this happen? Like, we're not seeing that. We're seeing everything. We're seeing everything continuing in the right place. Now let's look at stocks. Okay. We have the big idea. The big idea is we're not going to expect a lot from the market today. If we are, it's not a big thing. We've learned that CrowdStrike is not a major stock. It's not a catalyst. Look how much we've covered this morning, right? We've covered so much this morning. All right. Meanwhile, the market, since it opened up overnight, has been going straight up, if you want to consider that. So we're still right at the 8-day EMA. Look, we're right at the 8-day EMA right now. We touched the 8-day EMA and we're at the 8-day EMA again. We could just be hovering around here and making lower highs like this, lower highs, basically opening at the bottom and continuing higher. And if it does, it's still a choppy day. But again, I'm not expecting that much love today from the market. Am I bearish? Roger, are you bearish? Am I hearing you're bearish? I didn't say that. Here's what I am saying. Let's look at the SPY. It's good to have a fast internet again. So you see how we've been cooling off? We need to cool off. We need to cool off to the 8-day EMA. We need to come here, and eventually we need to come here. We need to come to this level, okay? But I'll take the 15-day EMA or sitting at the 8-day for now. If we're at the 8-day EMA, that means we're at the average price for the last 5 days, which means we're not rocking and rolling, which means, what does it mean? It means our story is again being confirmed. See how I'm going logically from the big picture to the little picture, and it's confirming what I'm seeing? Is this showing me a major breakout? No. Is this showing me a major breakdown? No. It's just telling me we're right at the 8-day EMA. Am I seeing a lot of selling pressure? No, we're only down 0.24. All I'm saying is I'm not seeing buyers coming in. I never said anything about a major sell-off. Just want to make sure we're on the same page. Depends, Frank. They're expecting very little this quarter, the least in 2 years. So I'm very nervous about that. Let's look at semiconductor stocks. How are they looking? They were just down 3 ticks as of Friday. They're down 0.35. We're still above the 8-day. As far as I'm concerned, semiconductors are still leading everything. And they're still in our thing. Semiconductors are still right here. So I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You guys know what stock we're long in the pit right now, right? We're not going to mention it here, but you guys know what that stock is. So we're down 33, but we're still above the 8-day EMA. We still have a trend here. So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. We're only down 0.33. And at night, what have semiconductors been doing? They've been choppy, choppy going down to choppy. Haven't been holding on. Let's continue. What about QQQ? Remember, QQQ is 40% of the SPY. Add the 8-day EMA. Are we going to bounce and come up, or are we going to bounce and just kind of sit there? Usually, when we're 8-day EMA, we consolidate. What's today? Today's Monday. What are usually Monday? Mondays for me are like Fridays. I'm like I'm in the beauty care business. You know, beauty care professionals, they get Mondays off. Monday's like my holiday day for me. All right. What about equal weighted SPY? Interestingly, the equal weighted SPY didn't make an all-time high till Friday. Didn't make an all-time high on Wednesday. It made an all-time high on Friday, and we're still above the 8-day EMA, which means blue chips are holding on, but tech stocks are having a bigger problem because they're now at the 8-day as of Friday, and this just hit the 8-day right now. Looking at the Dow Jones, we are below the 8-day EMA. We are now heading to the 15-day EMA, which is at 43,900. That's the next. That's right, Kevin, rotation day. Where did you learn that from, Kevin? Mondays being rotation day? All right. So the next level is 15-day EMA, then this VWAP right here, which started that's the last VWAP we added on here. That's at 43,700. This is at 44,000. So the next level is 44,000 on 40,400 on the Dow Jones, and then 43,700. Okay. All right. Let me show you stocks that I'm looking at today. Okay. KMB. We have a line to the downside. PCG. The number of stocks to the downside is starting to increase, by the way. Not getting trendy, but starting to increase. I like this one a lot, CNC. I should have went short on Friday. I really like this stock a lot. I may go short today. PGR. This stock has been on our short list now for a couple of weeks. Not a couple of weeks, since it broke right here. Last week and this week. I don't want to lie to you. CBT. Thank you, Kevin. Wait a minute. Wrong stock. Wrong stock. CBT. Wrong stock. Forget it. Wrong stock. PRVA. I bet you the weather's really nice in Carlsbad right now, Kevin. PRVA. I'm watching this new show called The Gringo Hunters on Netflix. It's a Ron Howard, Brian Grazer show. Excellent. The Gringo Hunters. Excellent show. Excellent show. If you guys are looking for a new show, it started on Friday, I think. This stock, ACIW. I like this stock a lot. GDYN. Gringo Hunters on Netflix. If you guys are looking for a new show, my wife and I are binging it right now. GDYN. I like this stock. I'm going to circle it actually. I'm going to be looking to the downside today for some trades. GLOB. Thanks, Bob. I really appreciate it, Bob. Oh, you're in Seattle. That's cool. Puts were your bonus play last week. Yeah. Yeah. GLOB, TNET. Those are my shorts, and I assure you, those are the best shorts I could find. I looked everywhere. Now let's look at longs. AM Amazon. AMD. Obviously, the stock that we're still holding long in the pit, that's on my list, but I couldn't give it here, so I gave AMD. I'm glad that nobody's posting stocks that we're currently holding. That's good. CSX, I got to get to work. CSX looks good. That's a defensive stock, by the way. ANET. BTI, which is moving, and it's a defensive stock, something to be mindful of. Dollar Tree, very defensive stock, still moving, something to be mindful of. and TEL. Safe travels, Kevin. I like this TEL. And I like Amazon and AMD. All right, folks, that is all I have for you. So today, it's Monday. Mondays are very tricky, very, very tricky. Now, I know that you want me to say that I'm bearish, but I'm really not that bearish. I'm just not bullish. I'm not really seeing aggressive selling pressure coming in. What I'm seeing is not a lot of buyers coming in. Hence, volume has been lower than average. My suggestion today would be to be very, very patient and wait till the second part of the day to initiate positions. I think we're going to have a little more clarity. I wouldn't be surprised if the market didn't do anything today. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if the market didn't do anything today. Okay. In other words, didn't really move much today, just kind of hovered around, went a little up, went a little down. I wouldn't be surprised. Not saying I'm expecting it, but I wouldn't be surprised. Not seeing any major catalysts for today, but we don't know what news is going to come out in regards to Trump and or Hassett, aka Powell. Since they're interwound now, I guess I can say that. But we got to be really cautious. Keep an eye on the bond market today. Keep your eye on the long bond on TLT today, right? Here, let me give you some levels to watch. Keep your eye on TLT. I want to see if TLT starts trading around 85 or getting closer to 85. Number two, keep your eye on VIX. If VIX starts moving higher, if it's up over 6, 7, 8, 9%, if it starts moving into the 18 or 19 level, we've got a problem. So TLT and VIX, you're going to keep an eye on. Bitcoin, I think, is in the short term topping out. It's gone too much too fast. I would be looking to take profits on Bitcoin positions today. You'll thank me later. You can always come back in later. I would be cautious right now, especially if I see energy prices and utility prices moving higher. All right. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I want to remind you that I will be in the VIP room today, and I will be, here's the link, and I'll be talking about a whole bunch of goodies. Also, don't forget, one of the most important and valuable resources we have is, Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Here's a link for them as well. I don't know why it doesn't want to. There we go. There we go. And I will see you all in a couple of hours in my VIP room where we're going to cover day trading, swing trading, how swing trading interacts with day trading. Folks, it's going to be a very a lot of nuances. Keep an eye on it. It's going to be a great class at noon today, and I will see you later. Ciao, everybody. Thank you for being here. Sean says, when news comes out on the Fed change, what impact do you anticipate? I talked about it, Sean. I spent about an hour talking about it. Oh, Tesla. Let's look at Tesla real quick. Yeah. So I'm bullish. I'm slightly bullish Tesla right now. I need Tesla to come up. I want to see Tesla above 323.86. And I like what I'm seeing right now. But you got four resistance areas here. You have three resistance areas right now. Be careful. We may just kind of chop around here. Okay. Bye, everybody. I'm going to try to give you an income trade today as well. I've been kind of soft on the income trades. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.